Hi, third graders. Okay, we're going to champ this out for our lesson today. Your conversation with what you're going to be doing right now, your conversation can be a voice level of 1. If you need help, you have to ask a partner in our group and see if they get it. Otherwise, if you're totally stuck and no one can figure it out, then go ahead and hit play on the video and I will give you some more information that might be able to help you out. Okay, or I'll explain it further. Our activity that we're going to be doing is math, your movement. You are sitting bottom to bottom, back to back, feet in front of your seat. I realize that I am not there. Miss Hatcher is there, and she knows the expectation is for you guys to be working at the back table, so you're not getting up and moving around the room. Okay, your participation, you're going to be working by yourself, possibly with a partner. Okay. Let's warm up our math brains right now. You see the mouse getting in my way? I'm going to put my face down here. You guys can still see me. Hi! See him down here in the corner. But right here, I'm going to be doing some writing. Let's see if it'll let me. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to write a fraction. And I want you to decide if it's less than a whole or greater than a whole. Okay? So, if it is greater than a whole, you are going to stand up. If it's less than a whole, you are just going to take and put your head down like this on the table. Okay? I think I said that backwards. If it's greater than a whole, stand up. If it's less than a whole, head goes down on the table. Okay. So the first fraction, oh, it's not going to let me write. The first fraction is 1/2. If it's greater than a whole, stand up. Less than a whole, on the table. Okay, share or look around. See what people think it was. If you think it is greater than a whole, try again. 1/2 is less than a whole. You said less than a whole. Give yourself a point. Just keep track of it in your brain. Okay, here's our next one. Three halves. Greater than a whole, stand up. Less than a whole, put your head down on the table. That one is greater than a whole. Right? Imagine we have some fraction strips here. Whoa, I don't draw very good when I'm trying to draw on the computer. There are my 2 fraction strips. And this is 3 halves. Right here, the 2 tells me I need to break each of these into 2 parts. They each have 2 parts. And now I'm going to shade 3 of my halves. So there's 1/2, 2 halves, 3 halves. Notice I have 1 whole shaded and then half of my second whole shaded. Okay, so if you said that's greater than a whole, give yourself another point. All right, I'm going to do 2 more. Here's our next one. 5/4. 5/4. Greater than a whole, stand up. Less than a whole, head down on the table. Okay, those of you that are standing, it is greater than a whole. Give yourself a point. Okay, 5/4. Let's make a quick little diagram of that. Okay, I've got a hole right here. Fourths tell me I split it into 4 equal parts. So I've got 1, 2, 3 lines, 4 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make another one right here and split it into 4 parts. And now let's count and highlight our 5/4. Ready? 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, 4/4, 5/4. So I've highlighted one hole and 1/4 another one. Okay, last one. Oops. Ready? 3/4. Oh. 3/4. You think that's greater than a hole? Stand up. Less than a hole, head on the table. Hey, those of you who have your head on the table, give yourself a point. When I get back on Monday, you're going to have to share with me how many points you got. Actually, you can share with me at recess because I'll be back later today. Okay, so let's count our 3/4. 1/4, 2/4, 3/4. Notice I didn't shade that whole thing. I only shaded 3 of the 4ths. So that one is less than 1 whole. Okay. All right, good job. We are going to go ahead and go on to our next part. So I need all of you at this time, go get your math journals that we write in, if you haven't gotten them already, and get out your fraction strips. Get out all of your fraction strips. Okay? Zachary, pause the video, and while you guys get out your fraction strips, once everyone has their fraction strips out, then Zachary, you can hit play. Okay, you should all have your fraction strips now. Okay, so you've got all of your pieces. Remember, when we look at our fraction strips, what is our unit fraction? Our unit fraction. Tell your shoulder partner, what is a unit fraction? Hopefully remember, a unit fraction is when we just have one part. That's why when we say unit, we put out our 1. So it's just when we have one of these units. So if I'm looking at my 8th fraction strip and I'm only going to look at 1 unit, okay? I'm going to kind of fold my fraction strip here so that when I look at it, I just have 1 of my 8s showing. So I just have 1 unit. I could do the same thing for my half fraction strip. I've got it like this. I want to make it so I can only have 1 unit. Fold it like that. There's 1 unit, my unit fraction for 1/2. Okay? I want you all to go ahead and work now to put your fraction strips in order from the largest to the smallest unit. Put your fraction strips in order from the largest to the smallest unit. Jaden, pause the video. Once everyone gets done putting their fraction strips in order, then Jaden, you can hit play on the video. Did you get stuck? You're not sure what I mean? Okay, let's look at a couple together. So on this first one, remember I folded 1/2 so you could only see 1 unit. I also folded 1/8, so you could only see 1 unit. As you look at the units, which one of these is bigger? What do you think? Move them off to the side so you can see my face too. Which one's bigger? 1/2 or 1/8? Hopefully we can see 1/2 is a lot bigger than the 1/8 unit. Okay? So if I'm ordering them, my 1/2 is going to go above my 1/8 because 1/2 is larger. Okay? So if I'm trying to do largest to smallest, I know my 1/2 is the largest. Let me see. Is there another one that might be bigger than 1/2? Let's try 1/3. I've got my 1/3 strip. See all the 1/3s? Let's fold it so we only see 1 unit. I've got my 1/3 and my 1/2. Which one's larger? As I look at it, my 1/2 is actually larger than my 1/3. So my 1/2 is still the largest, and then my 1/3. If you haven't put them in order yet, pause the video. This time I want Ladeza to pause the video. Ladeza, when you are done pausing, you can hit, or once you're done putting in order, hit play. Okay? Can you hear me? Is it recording? I think so. Okay, so if you've gotten them in order now, hopefully you're ordered going from largest to smallest, looks like mine. First would be 1/2, then 1/3, then 1/4, then 1/6, and finally 1/8. Hopefully you can see that. If you included the 1 whole, it would go up here above the 1/2 because it is our greatest unit. It would be the 1 whole. Okay. So as you look at these, let's specifically look at 1/2 and 1/3. I'm going to adjust my screen so you guys can see me again. Hello! Okay, so looking at 1/2 and 1/3. Which one of these is greater? Okay, I just said 1/2 has a greater unit than our 1/3 fraction. How do you know that? Tell a partner. How do you know? Hopefully you've realized that the 1/2 piece is bigger than the 1/3 piece as you look at it. That each of the pieces is bigger. Even though if I unfold these, my strips are actually the same size. But my individual unit pieces, the 1/2 and the 1/3 that I'm talking about, are different sizes. Okay? Alright, that's the maximum amount of time I can spend on this video. We still have more to do, so no, we're not done with math yet. So at this point, Annika, I need you to pause the video, okay, and go ahead and bring up the second video. You might have to ask Ms. Hatcher to help you at this point. Okay, so Annika, if you don't know how to bring up the second video, then Annika, you can go and ask Ms. Hatcher. The rest of you, while Annika is getting Ms. Hatcher, you need to get out your personal whiteboards, okay, and a dry erase marker so you can do some drawing and some writing in this next piece. Okay, so a personal whiteboard and the dry erase marker. I will make a mental note. I need to give that stuff to you. It should be in my black and white tote. Hopefully I will have given my cart to Ms. Hatcher. Okay, Annika, pause the video. The rest of you get your supplies.